Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. My name is Adam, and I am here with Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Adam. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
I am wonderful.
We just had a fantastic worship service.
We sure did.
It was awesome.
Our music and the message and the sermon, delightful.
It was all rocking.
We were rocking out.
Yes. It was a lot of fun. So I wanted to bring Brenda in to ask her 3 questions about your life and your faith life.
Okay.
So the first question that I want to ask Brenda is, what was church like for you growing up?
Well, I'm probably not going to give you the standard answer that you're used to hearing.
Oh, so good.
Church life for me growing up was pretty eclectic.
Okay.
We moved a lot, and my dad wasn't very spiritual / religious.
Okay.
My mom was, and so primarily wherever we moved to, the closest church we were to, we went.
Okay.
So I was lucky enough to have a smattering of experiences from Baptist to Congregational to Methodist to Episcopalian. You name it, I had it. And it wasn't very regular church going.
Okay.
You know, I've watched your YouTubes of other congregants, and I'm just amazed at how all of our experiences are so different. And I treasure that, diversity within, our congregation. So really, I went to church school very seldomly.
Okay.
I usually was in the congregation with my mom and brothers and sisters.
Why did you move around so much?
That's a good question. My dad got transferred in his job, and so we just went where his job took him. Okay,
gotcha. Now that you look back upon your childhood experience, do you see this as a good thing that you were exposed to all of these different churches, as a bad thing, as indifferent, or just it was what it was?
Good question, too. You're asking such good questions. I love it. So at this point in my life, I look at it as a very good thing. Yeah. Throughout my 20s and 30s, I didn't look at it as a good thing. So in different stages of my development in life, it's been different things. Yeah. And then I have the opportunity to talk to others who have had very different experiences. Some who grew up Catholic and reject it, so they wished that they had my experience. Some who grew up in more evangelistical kind of foundational churches and wish they didn't have it. And so for me, in terms of my spiritual / religious faith development, it was an opportunity as a blank slate. And it was an opportunity for me to have a variety of experiences so that I knew somewhat what it was about. Yeah. So at this point in my life, I kind of treasure it because I had the opportunity to build it for myself. It wasn't imposed or stamped upon me. I wasn't, always in the church. At times in my life, I wished I was. Yeah. But, you can always get involved in a church. Yeah. And at any time. And this is a good one. Because this is a good one because, I'm jumping the gun.
Yes, this is our third question, Brenda. But before we get to our third question, I want to ask you, and you've been kind of getting at it, but what does faith mean to you today? You've had all of these experiences in the past with different churches as you're growing up, and I imagine they formed you in some way towards faith. But what does faith mean to you today?
I'm going to answer that by going back to question 1 and moving into it a little bit.
Excellent.
So I was a Unitarian for about 17 years. Okay. In my adult life. And I was a Unitarian because of the minister, probably. Yeah. It was a woman minister, and she was very practiced at blending the heart and the head. And the combination of those messages without religious overtones fit the bill for me at that time. And I was a member of their choir and very involved. And then as I became involved in a work life in a community of faith, Catholic, I worked at St. Pius X, I saw a deeper connection there that was missing with the Unitarians for me.
Yeah.
And so I started the search for a deeper religious and spiritual community. So what it means to me now is, I guess I primarily am very spiritual. And that is very deepened with the religious instruction that I've gotten here, and a very spiritual take on the Bible.
Yeah.
And the music that we have here, as well as the just good messages.
Yeah.
And community of connection that we have here.
It's interesting that you see it this way, because right now there's this big emphasis on, some people being spiritual but not religious, and some people being religious but not spiritual,
Exactly.
as if spirituality and religion are opposed to one another,
Right.
or in rivalry with one another. But for you, they intersect, they're connected.
They are absolutely entwined.
Yeah.
And I love that, because without the spiritual connection to God, that's where the life lives. That's where we're motivated, we're energized, we're renewed, we're called to action.
Yeah.
We're connected to our brothers and sisters of every faith and every kind. And without that, then the messages and the Bible verses can fall flat.
No. No.
In my mind.
Yeah.
So I love the combination.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what does Lake Oswego United Church of Christ mean to you?
For me, it is a spiritual, religious family. For me, it's a family. I can walk into the building, and if I'm sad, if I'm joyful, if I'm discouraged, if I'm encouraged, I can come in and be accepted for who I am and embraced. And I show all my emotions here. And that's not always the case on your job, with your significant others, your family. Sometimes you hide things, or you don't talk about things. And here, I can be embraced for whoever I am, in a holistic sense, and I treasure that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I really appreciate about this church too, because one of the mottos of the UCC is, no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you're welcome here. And it can become kind of it can become kind of a cliche, but it's really cool to be a part of a community that lives that out. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Whoever you are and wherever you are, it's a joy to really be met there. And this church meets you wherever you are and whoever you are. And it's not a cliche, it is a basic founding principle,
right.
and we put it into action. So one of the things as I get deeper involved in the church is I went to the Pacific National Conference that they held, and I'm involved in our social justice mission as well as the wider church mission committee. And one of the things that they told us was that the church is in danger of kind of dying out.
Yeah.
There's, a church in Gresham that couldn't make it anymore. And that kind of makes me sad, because for those of us, like me, who did not grow up with church and didn't have that real foundation of developing as you are, it's greatly needed in our society. Yep. And now more than ever, in challenging times and where our economic base is growing more and more inequity. There are the rich and the poor, and the middle class is becoming almost non-existent. You need that base where you can get that spiritual enrichment and religious depth to weather what goes on in our world and to weather what goes on even in your inner family. You know, there are so many families that need that. Children, teenagers, young adults, you know, adults. And I just hope that there are more churches like this that are growing.
Yeah.
Because it's so needed in our day.
Yeah. It gives you a foundation through
Yes.
which to go all of these
Yes.
difficult times in life that we all experience.
Yes, but difficult times, but also to celebrate what we're doing.
Yeah.
And to emphasize that, because so much of our news
Yeah. Yep.
is based on the negative.
Yep.
And even if you don't listen to the news, you're still going to get it.
Yep. Yep.
You know?
Yep. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, through
Yeah.
conversation, through meetings, and you need that buoying.
You mentioned the word joy
Yes,
before, and this church seems to give you a sense of joy.
absolutely. Absolutely. There is that joy that can uplift you for the week. To then go out and do good, be love, and encourage others to do the same
Yeah.
to make our world a better place.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent. Well, Brenda, thank you so much for being with us and talking with us about your faith journey.
Thank you, Adam. I've really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Right.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. Church begins here at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. Hope to see you there. Until then, grace and peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Adam Erickson, reminding you that wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome to join us at 10:30 each Sunday at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ, 1111 Country Club Road in Lake Oswego, Oregon. If you want to learn more about our church, you can find more of my videos on YouTube, and you can explore our website at loucc.org. To reach out to our pastor, Jenny Ott, or to our sabbatical pastor, Linda Jaramillo, or to me, you can call 503-635-4348. Until next time, grace and peace be with you.